It is Wednesday, May 11th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
We are back with our best picks of the day. We got one run line, we got one player prop, and we got one NRFI coming your way. Not to mention, we have a 1.5 unit play, our biggest play of the year. Stick around for that.
All right, if this sounds like something you're interested in, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We are only 147 subscribers away from the big 33K mark, and at 33,000, so 147 away, we're going to do a subscriber giveaway parlay. And you know what? Austin and I are the masters of those parlays. So we're definitely going to hit one, and we're going to give all the winnings back to the people. We've got to figure out how to decide that and what we're going to give back. But honestly, I mean, what more do you guys need? We're doing these videos every single day. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
100%, Logan. Let's hop into a recap from yesterday. Now, I didn't recap NBA in the video. You'll understand why if you watch our NBA video. It was a 2-in-1 day. Shout out CP3 for ruining the sweep. Now, for MLB, it was an 0-2 day. We'll talk about the NRFI a little bit later. They're hosting a little home run derby in that one. And then the Rockies plus 0.5 first five. Yeah, no, not much we can do about that. Now, I do want to talk about Darren Ruff. You see, I have void 0.5 singles. An interesting kind of thing. Now, Ruff did not start, as a lot of you may know. In the DraftKings where we placed our bet, it does say in defined print, if the player doesn't start, then we can't, then they have to start and record an at bat for it to count. So obviously it didn't start, so avoided. Now people on FanDuel, lo and behold, Ruff gets pinch hit in like the 6th or 7th inning, comes in. He doesn't get a single, he does get a double. So he does cash his bases prop, cashes his hits prop. FanDuel does pay out for it. So if you took his hit to get a hit on FanDuel, congrats, it paid out. Still going to avoid it because DraftKings obviously didn't count it. Now, so yeah, a little bit of a weird day. We're coming back with another hit prop today. So we're going to save that for a little bit. Shout out to all our COS All-Stars. We've been helping you guys out, whether it's the NBA or the MLB. Definitely consider becoming an All-Star, clicking that join button on the channel or the link in the description. Look, we love our All-Stars out there. We can't do it without all of you guys. So thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. Our newest ones. Let's make this list even longer tomorrow. We got Chris. We got 808 Snips. We got Mateus. We got Dersetto7. We got Victor. We got Jason. We got What the Heck. We got Go Green 1738. We got Justin. We got Mikel. We got Deplorando 47. You guys are all the real MVPs. Shout out to all the people also watching the daily videos, hitting that like button too. I've talked long enough for the intro. Logan, it's time to get into our first pick of the day. We're bouncing back. We're bringing out the brooms today. You can book that. And if you're asking Austin what happened to all the artwork, we're moving today. That's the big news. So let's get into it, Logan. Let's get this show started.
We're moving towards a sweep today, too, right?
Yeah.
All right. First pick, it's the Cardinals versus Orioles, and I'm taking Cardinals run line -1.5 in this one. I know it's square, guys, but the best value currently, as Austin's pulling up on OddsJam, is at Barstool Sportsbook. Not a huge difference among the books, though. -103, -105. But this, guys, is a prime bounce back spot for St. Louis, and I think the public kind of realizes that. I realize it too. This is like a trust me, bro pick. Like after what I saw last night, and sorry anybody that bet Cardinals last night, you got wronged. But today they're supposed to be facing Watkins, and statistically Watkins is pretty good on the year, 3.22 ERA, but a 1.4 WHIP. And this year, that is a little bit high, right? If Spencer Watkins, got a little erratic today, that one surprised me because that's more in line of what I saw last year. Right, last year he had like a 5.4 road ERA. I pulled up those stats. He did definitely give up more in runs last year than this year so far. This year, only 2.7 road ERA and a 1 WHIP. So he's due regression. In his most recent start, he just gave up 7 hits, right? So a lot of times in the MLB, you can't always go on what they've done. You have to project where they're going and what might happen. I'm projecting a Watkins a little bit slip up, right? St. Louis batting a respectable 241 at home, and their offense is pretty solid. 14th in runs, 16th in hits, middle of the pack there, but 3rd in strikeouts. Now, Watkins doesn't strike out a whole lot of, batters, but I like teams that are, top 5 in strikeouts because that means they're not coming to the plate, in any tempting pitch. They don't have to swing. They make the pitchers work. They drive up the pitch count, and ultimately I want to get to the Orioles bullpen. But on the other side, we got Michaelis, 1, 2, and 0 in runs in each of his last 3 starts, coming in with a 1.53 ERA. So advantage in the starting pitcher, advantage Cardinals, right? Baltimore's offense also, I know what they did last night, right? They put up some runs, some solid runs at that, but still on the season, 25th in runs, 11th in hits, and 27th in strikeouts. So maybe Michaelis is, strike out a lot of Orioles today. I really hope so. And really, you just have to project. Can the Orioles do what they did last night again, twice in a row on the road? I say it's more likely that they don't. And I'm riding Cardinals run line. I like the value in this one. Lastly, we'll talk about bullpens real quick. St. Louis bullpen advantage, 7th in bullpen ERA. Baltimore 13th in bullpen ERA. Shout out Baltimore. I mean, their bullpen was so bad last year. It was definitely like worst top 5 or something like that. But this year they've shown some improvement. I'm riding the Cardinals in this one. This is a trust me, bro pick. I need them to win and cover, and I believe they once again do. But Austin, you got a really spicy player prop for us today. What are you going with?
Oh, yes, I do. It is a 1.5 unit play. And if people are like, what is 1.5 unit? It just means I'm putting a little bit more on it than I normally would. If you're putting like $100 on a normal single play, we're putting 150 on this one today. We're going Mike Trout to record a hit. I know this is coming out of left field. You're like, what is this? You're betting on Mike Trout to record a hit. I understand. It's minus 160. It's super juice for a reason. Now we're going to talk about it in a second. You see Caesar's best odds, minus 170 DraftKings. Probably wouldn't play it at FanDuel. It's like minus 210. And honestly, I think that's where it should be. Now, I know this is a juice line, but like I said, Mike Trout should never be minus 160 to get a hit. I don't care who he's going up against, especially a left-handed pitcher. Now, we think about Trout. Obviously missed a lot of time last year. Came back, no rust. 337 on the year. He's been ridiculous. He has a hit in 6 of his last 7 games, hitting 370 over that time span. Also, a hit in 20 of his last 25 games, 21 of 27 overall, or 77% of the time. So, look, we love to see that. I put an emphasis on that 77.78% of the time because a minus 160 line has an implied probability of 61.54%. So we're seeing a pretty good edge here. If Trout can continue doing what he does. Today he gets to go up against a left-hander in McClanahan. Now, McClanahan, very solid pitcher, but like I said, he is a left-handed pitcher, which Trout, honestly, has been destroying those this season. He's been absolutely cooking them. He's batting, I believe, 10 for 24, over 400% from or 400 batting average from the against left-handers this year. And like I said, McClanahan is a lefty. Trout also in this Tampa Bay series played 2 games so far. He's I don't know what they did to him. He's batting 714. His on-base percentage, I didn't check it, almost 1,000. You think he's had like 9 plate appearances, gotten on base, and I think 8 of them, maybe only 7 of them. The guy's been ridiculous. 5 hits over these last 2 games, 3 home runs. He's been unreal, and he's been even better. Well, not even better than that, but at home, he's been 379 at home this year compared to 270 on the road. They're obviously at home, taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Look, I know it's super juiced, but I got putting 1.5 units to hopefully play down a little bit of that juice when it's back close to a unit. So, Mike Trout, we're counting on you to record a hit. I know we're not asking for, the next coming of Jesus Christ. It's not what we're asking for today. We're just asking for Mike Trout to do what he does best. That's just to get on base, get a hit. That's all we're asking. Single, double, triple, home run. I literally don't care. Just get us one of those hits. And that's all I'm really asking for, Logan. Not asking for too much. But
love it.
Without further ado, it's best time of the segment. You guys know what time it is. It's going to be the NRFI Nation. Yesterday we were down bad. We were down bad with some solo shots. Tie Nation can get lost, but Tie Nation technically did cash out. What we say is yesterday obviously we took Diamondbacks, Marlins, NRFI. You can take the tie if you want to go for a little bit safer route. Now yesterday did pay off. I think they ended with 2-2, so you got a lot of runs still tied. But either way, today, Logan, we're running it back. We're going Marlins, Diamondbacks. We're taking the no-run first inning. It is minus 129 on Randall, get out of here. We're minus 129 on Barstool. But you see a bunch of different books with different values. Logan, I'll let you handle the research for this one, though.
Yeah, so obviously you mentioned, yes, they did Yerfy yesterday, and they also have Yerfy the last 2 games. Yesterday, it just was home run edition, right? But I'm really confident actually in seeing the yes run first inning hitting back-to-back games of the series, that this is a prime spot for the no run first inning because these pitchers I trust, right? I didn't really trust Mad Bum throwing his sidearm meatball that boom, Soler took him deep. I didn't trust that. And of course, whatever. But Kelly, it should be pitching today. 1.2 ERA on the year. Merrill Kelly's one of the best pitchers statistically so far, especially on the Diamondbacks roster. Miami 27th in first inning runs. Yes, they did improve it a little bit yesterday, but again, guys, this is still the Marlins lineup, and As long as there's no long balls, I'm pretty certain Kelly should get it done for us. On the other side, we've got Alcantara, three ERA, on the year so far. Two earned runs in his most recent start. Sandy's a solid pitcher, right? Sandy can definitely get us those 3 outs we need via strikeout, via ground ball. He's a really solid pitcher. Arizona, 24th in first inning runs. I know they did improve that once again yesterday, but these are still 2 back of the pack offenses. If you can believe that they can constantly score in the first inning runs, then you don't tail this bet. But if you're like me and believe, the NRFIs definitely due. We're running it back once again. The over under also is set to 7.5. Again, low. Not expecting a ton of runs. Yesterday, for what it's worth, it was set to 8. I think the books caught a lot of people on that over under. I think a lot of people were betting the under. Yeah, went over. I think this one's a prime under spot, and I think we're not going to see any first inning runs finally in this series. And we're going to wave the flag. We're going to once again show why NRFI Nation is the best, and we're gonna get back on track there.
Exactly. I mean, we're 21-11 on NRFIs this year, so we can't complain at all about our record, but that's going to 22-11. I want to keep those wins double the losses. So those are our 3 picks. We're going the Marlins, Diamondbacks, NRFI, running it back. Cardinals -1.5 on the run line, and Mike Trout a 1.5 unit Johnny. We're taking him to record a hit. Let's go get that sweep. I'll see you guys in the new place in tomorrow's video. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Didn't even mention our parlay of the day is live on OddsJam. Definitely go check it out. Already live. So by the time you're watching this video, you can already go click that top link in the description or the top link in the pinned comment. We appreciate you guys as always. And I didn't even make a last note. We have a podcast special guest, Guy Boston Sports, on the podcast, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you set your alarms. It's a good one. So make sure you're watching. We appreciate it. Help him get to 10,000 subs. We appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you guys again tomorrow morning.